Hey everybody, Blugoblin here on my BlugobliNX channel, ready to give you a comic book review for books that came out on September 25th, 2013. I want to thank y'all for joining me. Don't forget to go by my Blugoblin 1 channel and check out my back issue reviews and Midtown Comic stashes while you're at it. I thank you very much. I got some DC books, some Marvel books, and I got a book from IDW and one from Broadsword to review here. We're going to start off with DC. We're still in the Villains Month scenario here. We're going to start off with Bane, #1. This is Batman 23.4. I've always been a big fan of Bane, and I'm thankful that DC has kept him intelligent and very strategic fighter and very powerful fighter and everything. I'm glad DC kept all that intact, but I can't help myself. I really can't help myself. I read this book and I instantly started missing the Bane that Gail Simone wrote in Secret 6, because this Bane compared to Gail Simone's Bane, it feels like two different Banes. This Bane is not only very smart and not only a very smart and intelligent fighter, he's also a little bit cold-hearted, especially what he does to a little kid in here. I'm like, wow, really? It doesn't look like something Bane would do, but you know, then again, maybe the classic Bane that was around before Gail Simone started writing him, maybe that was more of the Bane they were going for in this particular book. But it's a Bane book. You know he's going to break someone's back in here that's starting to get a little old. We get it. He can break people in half. We get it. Yeah, this was alright. It's more or less some of the same stuff that I've read in other Batman Rogues books, where you come to that scenario, Gotham City will be mine, and this is just Bane's take on it. It's just, yeah, this was pretty good at best. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Don't get me wrong, I didn't think it was terrible, but after reading this, I just felt to myself, man, I should have just read it on the shelf and put it back. I don't really think I should have bought this book. I don't know. That's just how I personally feel. A nice read, but I don't really recommend buying it. Next up, Joker's Daughter, #1. This is Batman the Dark Knight 23.4. Earlier today, I spoke to Chris, TheMtVernonKid, on Facebook about this. We are both agreed this was crap. I did not like this at all. Another book that I wanted to buy just because I was curious about it, and again, my curiosity bit me in the ass. This was crap. It bored the hell out of me. It did nothing for me. It's just, wow. I don't know what to say. I was really curious to see what DC would do with Duola Dent in the New 52 universe, and I wasn't thrilled at all. This was boring, and to me, it ends up feeling pointless. Because all this basically was an issue-long advertisement say, hey, remember we got a Catwoman series out there. Read it. Because at the end of the story it says, see the Joker's daughter again in the next issue of Catwoman. Whatever. I don't read Catwoman. I stopped buying Catwoman ages ago. Don't have any desire to get Catwoman again. This wasn't the worst one-shot in Villains Month, but in my opinion, it was probably the most pointless to me. Didn't do nothing for me, bored the hell out of me. Unless you're more curious than I was about Duella, and if you want to see what goes on with her, unless you got that, I don't recommend this book at all. I don't even recommend picking it up and reading it. It was that boring. Moving on. Man-Bat, #1. This is Detective Comics 23.4. Yeah, this was actually really good. because I've been loving what Detective Comics has been doing with the Man-Bat stories. Kirk Langstrom and his wife Francine have split, and it turns out that in order to keep up with Francine, aka She-Bat as she's called in here, Kirk had to do something desperate. He actually had to combine his formula with Francine's formula to make one new formula that was able to make him stronger and faster than She-Bat. And She-Bat is barely in this book, but for what we get of her, she doesn't look that bad. Yeah, it's like she's got the She-Bat, Francine, she's got the Incredible Hulk's cliche. When she mutates, she loses her shoes, her shirt rips, she goes around bare-chested, yet she's somehow able to keep her pants. But I had a big laugh out of when She-Bat reverted back to Francine. She's sitting on the street in Gotham City, basically just topless, and she's just sitting around casually talking in a villainous way, and she's doing it so casually. She's sitting on a Gotham City street, topless, and she's acting like she don't personally give a shit. That's hilarious. I just found that so funny. I know they were going for maniacal deviousness of the character, but it just came off really funny. Now, the other gist of the book is that Kirk wants to be another savior for Gotham instead of terrorizing Gotham. But the problem is that, yeah, he mixed the two formulas together and made a new Man-Bat serum. He's really getting addicted to that serum. But we have yet to see him go vicious on criminals. I mean, not on civilians. He's going vicious on criminals, yes, but he's trying to be a hero, regardless of how he gets the job done. This was really entertaining. I really enjoyed this read. Very well done. And they're going to keep up with the Man-Bat storytelling in future issues of Detective Comics, which I'm all for, because this has been really good. And I want to see more of She-Bat. I want to see what more they can do with Francine. They gave me such a good laugh in this issue with her, and I'm liking what they're doing with Francine, so give us more She-Bat. This was good. This was really good. I definitely recommend this issue. Alright, last up for DC, we're looking at Sinestro number 1. This is Green Lantern 23.4. Wow. This is not a story told by Sinestro's point of view. This is told, let me see if I can remember her name. Lyssa Drack, the Keeper of the Histories, and a former Sinestro Corps member. She's the one that's telling this story, because she has all the history. She has all the knowledge. She used to have the big book. The Book of Parallax. She used to have the history books and all the information and everything. So we're basically shown Sinestro's life story, from how he became the Green Lantern for the very first time, to how he got his yellow ring powers, through him becoming a Green Lantern again, leading all the way up to the Wrath of the First Lantern shit. This was actually very, very well done, considering that it was told from the viewpoint of Lyssa Drack, and considering that, the storytelling in here, Sinestro was true to character, and seeing what went on throughout his life and everything, this was very, very well done. And I liked what Lyssa did to preserve the history and preserve the knowledge, since she doesn't really have the book anymore, but she didn't want to lose these memories. She didn't want to lose this history. So there's something that she does in here. It's not really that big of a deal, so I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. In order to preserve the history, she burns the information onto her own skin. I carry it with me, burning it into my flesh. She actually tattoos all the history all over herself. That's dedication to your job. This was really good. This is another one of those one-shots that I do recommend picking up, or at least reading, because it was really good. I personally enjoyed it. Alright, we're moving on to Marvel. Marvel, we got Guardians of the Galaxy number 6. Get a look at that badass cover. Yeah. Angela ain't nobody's bitch in this book. This was good. Very heavy on the action here, but the stuff between Star-Lord and Thanos at the beginning of the book, that shit was tense, very dramatic. I really liked that. We get a surprise appearance from Uatu, the Watcher. Yeah. The Watcher makes an appearance in here. He's looking at the fight between Angela and Gamora in here. This is really good. You know Angela's one tough bitch if she's able to, hold her own against Gamora of all people. And hell, there's even a couple of panels that suggest that Gamora is actually trying to keep up with Angela a bit in here. This is really, really good stuff. And the other Guardians, they get involved in everything, and they're able to take Angela down, sort of, with a surprising return to the fight with Star-Lord. But Uatu makes a statement at the end of the issue, and I'm not going to spoil it. It wasn't like a big, earth-shattering, monumental announcement, but I don't want to ruin it. I thought this was a well-written issue. Very heavy on the action, good dialogue, good drama. There's some good one-liners as always from Rocket. This was really good. Fantastic stuff from Brian Michael Bendis. Marvel, I salute you. This was good. Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 6. Alright, moving along. Scarlet Spider, number 22. I was told by some people that this is going to be another series that's going to end up going, and I'm really going to be sad to see that go, because I've been loving the Scarlet Spider series. Chris Yost and Eric Burnham do the writing, and we got multiple artwork on here. But what this basically was Kane dealing with the Kraven family. Kraven the Hunter and his daughter and everything. Kraven has the most interesting challenge for Kane. Kraven wants a fight to the death. Pure and simple. Because Kraven tells us, the readers, according to the storytelling in here, when Kraven was resurrected, not that long afterwards, when he found out that he was resurrected by Kane's blood instead of Peter Parker's blood, Kraven made the realization that really and honestly, he can't die. I guess he feels like he can only truly die if he dies at the hands of Kane. And he wants to know if he's still worthy of being a hunter, and if Kane is worthy of being a hero and everything. This was very nicely done. Kane gets a lot of ass whipping in this book. I mean, he gets cut, he gets knocked around, and he really gets his boiling point tested in this book by Kraven's daughter. Just badass action, good dramatic scenes in here, just very fantastic stuff. Chris Yost has been no slouch to this series. I mean, this was really, really good. It's always good to see Kraven the Hunter again. He's always been one of my personal favorite Spider-Man villains. And all in all, a very solid issue to the series. And a very nice sort of dun-dun-dun kind of cliffhanger. Very, very well done. I'm pleasantly happy. I can't really complain. This was really good. Scarlet Spider 22. We're ending Marvel with Wolverine and the X-Men, number 36. This is chapter 5 of Battle of the Atom. Oh my god, where do I begin? Jason Aaron, Giuseppe Camuncoli. doing the work, doing the main work on this book. Oh my God! This was really good. This was really good. Seeing Jean and Emma going head to head, or mind to mind, was very entertaining. But Emma once again reinforces the notion that she is a bitch. I mean, she even calls out to old Jean in the Zoran costume. She even has the nerve to call her an overrated ginger. And shortly after she taunts her and everything, basically Emma, the three Stepfords, and young Jean are all teaming together to take on the old Jean in the Zoran costume. And there's a revelation in here. You're thinking, some of the readers have been thinking, how could Jean be back? She's still dead, right? Wrong. There's a loophole to this. The old Jean in the Zoran mask, spoiler, I'm spoiling this because I kind of feel like I have to, but the old Jean in the Zoran costume is actually a grown-up version of the young Jean that's in this time period. What? How is that possible? Especially after what young Jean says at the near the end of the issue, and also there's something that happens to young Jean, and I'm like, oh God, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Nobody tells us. Oh, just making me want to read the next part so bad. This was good. This was very good, and we get to see just how powerful both Jeans are. Old Jean is able to easily smack around Emma and the Cuckoos, and then it's down to Jean versus Jean. And needless to say, Jean wins. Which Jean wins? I'm not going to spoil that. This was fantastic. We get to see even more bickering between Wolverine and Dick Summers, and you know, it's just really, really good stuff. And on top of all of that, we learn a smidgen. It's only a little bit, but we learn that these future X-Men that came from the future may not have as noble of intentions as they say they have, considering the really big whoa kind of cliffhanger at the end of the book. This was incredible. Very, very well written. The action was good. Drama fucking everywhere, and it was great. The dialogue was good. Jason Aaron, I salute you. This was fucking incredible. I loved it. I can't wait to read the next chapter. I cannot wait. God damn it. This was good. Do yourselves a favor. Pick this book up and be prepared to go, holy shit. Alright, let me set that over there. We're going to Broadsword Comics. Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose, number 82. Yeah, boobies. Yeah, we all know what Tarot's series is best known for, but honestly, this was probably one of the most dramatic issues I've read from this series. This was leaning more toward the dramatic side and less on the comical side, and for that I got to applaud Jim Ballant for the writing. This was actually pretty good. Skeleton Man makes his declaration, telling all the fairies in the fairy realm, like, come on, and then he banters about all the evils that mankind has done, basically trying to bluff them out into running away, and it works. Very, very well done on the writing. But they still have one chore left to do. They have to release Tarot from the bewitchment that the fairies that did to her. But this is where it gets really heavy on the drama. We may, I don't know for certain, but we may have suffered 2 casualties in this series. And that was before the cliffhanger. And then when we get to the cliffhanger, it may go up to 3. Oh my God, this was really good. Now, I usually spoil the hell out of tarot to prove to all y'all that I do read the shit, and while I gawk at all the boobies. But for this instant, I gotta hold back, because this was really heavy on the kind of moments, and I have to applaud Jim Balance writing for that. This was actually a very solid read. Yes, the artwork is very voluptuous and a little cornball at times, but what really sells it is the drama and the holy shit moments in here. But all I'm saying is, the first two supposed maybe casualties. Please don't do it, Jim. Please. This was good. This was really good, and it sucks that I gotta wait until November to read the next issue. This was really good. I really can't complain. I actually really enjoyed this. We're going to end this with IDW. We're ending this with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 26. Oh my god. This was good. This was good, and always thrilled to get them Kevin Eastman covers. This was... Oh my god, this was good. This was really good. My only nitpick about this issue, my only nitpick at all, is that we see nothing related to the cliffhanger from the last issue. That's my only complaint. And I'm thinking to myself, why did we not get an update based on what we saw at the end of the last issue? That's literally the only thing I had a problem with in this issue. This was so well written. It's basically Shredder and Leonardo, basically working together to fight the Savant Ninja. And this is so well done. And there's a shocking display of character development on behalf of the Shredder, because they come across one of the leaders of the Savant Ninja, and Leonardo just flat out whoops his ass, even takes his hand off, and he's going in for the kill, and Shredder, of all people, tells Leonardo, no, don't kill him. He's still of use. He could still be of use to us. And Leo looks like confused because, he's trained to be Shredder's second in command. You would think Shredder would want him to go in for the kill, but there's still some plans afoot for him. The stuff with Master Splinter. Splinter is a very desperate sensei, very desperate father. Considering what he does for old Hobbin here, you better believe he's desperate to try to do whatever it takes to get Leonardo back. And it's truly told in this issue. Very, very well done. And one thing I gotta say is the interior artwork from Mattias Santaloco. I hope I pronounced the name right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. This has been some very, very well done interior artwork. I actually want this interior artist to stay on the book for a while, because I really enjoy this artwork. It's very well done. But another thing we notice is that the turtles seem to be maturing up a little bit more. It's time to realize that, hey, Leonardo's basically a prisoner of the Shredder, and it's time for us to grow up and, do what we got to do, even if it means, having to take Leo down before we save him or anything like that. Even Michelangelo has, is not acting so childish anymore, and that's really, really well written. Very nice. But all in all, still very solid. And I'm sensing some treachery from Karai in here. This is so well done. And that's all I'm going to say about this book, because if I rant on any more, I feel like I'm going to spoil the whole book by accident. This was solid. Great read. Loved it. I can't wait to see how City Fall ends. It's, the Turtles are definitely stressing, but they realize it's time to man up and do what you got to do. I can't praise this book enough. And I need to shut up about it before I accidentally spoil something else. This was so well done. If you're not on board with this Turtle series, then I have just one question. What the hell is your problem? This is a must-have for any Ninja Turtles fan. This is a must-have for just do yourselves a favor and just get on board with this. Try your best to get some of the stories in trade and pick up on City Fall back issues. Do whatever you can. This was good. All right, that's all I got for this week's review, everybody. I want to thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and then go to my Blugoblin 01 channel and subscribe there. There I do reviews for Midtown Comics and back issues that I wasn't able to buy when they first came out. But my Blugoblin 01 channel is a good place to go to if you love independent comic book reviews. Shout outs to my student, TheMtVernonKid. Big shout out to everybody at Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. Mark and Chloe at Fast Stacker Comics. Mark, keep rocking that beard, and Chloe, that's for you, sweetheart. I want to give a shout out to my family at Arkham Comics, Ken and Sarah. Thanks for the books as always, and to my girlfriend Jennifer. I love you, baby. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and until next time, I'll see you all later.